Tottenham's financial reports have been published today. The Spurs team have a day off from training. Real Madrid reportedly interested in signing Tottenham defender Davin Sanchez. And Euro 2020 has now been postponed until 2021. Welcome back to another Tottenham news video. I'm going to start with Gedson Fernandes. Of course, the 21-year-old is on loan at Tottenham for 18 months from Benfica. And Fernandes has done an interview with A Bola, a Portuguese publication, and says that Tottenham are training as normal and everything is remaining exactly the same. He is quoted in saying, "For now, everything is the same for us. Everything is normal. We are training. But we don't know tomorrow. It can get better. It can get worse. We don't know. I'm looking forward. In fact, we're all there to see what's going to happen." He then goes on to say, "We don't know what comes next. It may be possible to resume the competition. It may not be possible. Everyone has to be prepared for all scenarios. Our life remains normal without major changes. We were a little surprised when the cases at Arsenal and Chelsea came up, but sometimes bad things happen. We don't know tomorrow. When everything will be fine, nobody knows. We can only do what the whole world is doing, take precautionary measures, as much care as possible." So I just read that short interview with A Bola from Gedson Fernandes, and ironically today, Tottenham, the team, have had the day off. They have not been training at the training ground today. They have been training yesterday and on Monday, and they will be training tomorrow and Friday, but today has been their day off. Of course, Tottenham and all of the Premier League are still awaiting further information from the Premier League, and what is going to be decided, who knows. Of course, the games have been postponed until the 4th of April 2020, but it is highly likely that all of the Premier League games throughout the whole of April will be cancelled. Now, let me know in the comments section below, how would you feel if the Premier League did run until perhaps the end of July? It went on, you know, if it came back in May or even June, and the 9 remaining games were played in either May, June and July, or June and July, how would you feel? Today is the 18th of March 2020, and today former midfielder Danny Murphy celebrates his 43rd birthday. We signed him from Charlton Athletic back in 2006. He played for us until 2007. He made a total of 29 competitive appearances for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, scoring 2 goals. Tomorrow, former player Andy Sinton celebrates his 54th birthday. We signed him back in 1996. He was with Tottenham until 1999. He actually came on as a sub in the League Cup final in 1999 in the 1-0 win over Leicester at the old Wembley Stadium. He made a total of 100 appearances, 100 competitive appearances for the club, scoring 7 goals. Let me know all of your thoughts and memories of Andy Sinton and Danny Murphy in the comments section below. In the last 24 hours, UEFA confirmed that Euro 2020 would now be postponed and rescheduled in the summer of 2021. It has now been proposed that the tournament will run from the 11th of June until the 11th of July 2021. The 2021 UEFA Nations League finals, the UEFA Under-21 Euro and the UEFA Women's Euro will also be rescheduled accordingly. What does that mean for Tottenham? Well, of course, the likes of Harry Kane and co, they would have gone off to the Euros in the summer. Well, when they do come back and football eventually does come back, it might mean that the likes of Harry Kane and co can play in our 9 remaining games. If they go ahead, of course. If it was in June or July, they can play in those 9 games, finish the season off. Let me know in the comment section below if you had your choice. Would you complete this season? Do you think that the Premier League will want to complete this season? Surely they will want to, because of the amount of money involved. TV rights and contracts and all sorts. It's just so complicated. I think that it's easier for everyone that the season does actually get completed, even if next season started a little bit later. Perhaps next season might start in September or October. Who knows? Who knows when this situation will go away, and who knows when Premier League action will come back. But let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. In the last 24 hours, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has been talking about the Anthony Joshua fight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on the 20th of June. Lots of boxing matches have been rescheduled. The April dates have now gone on to May, June and so on. The May dates, he's saying at the moment, will go ahead, but subject to change. No one knows at the moment. All of these sporting activities and events seem to be being cancelled left, right and centre. So they have a reserve date in mind. They have been discussing it with Tottenham. Hopefully this date will be agreed. But if the Premier League goes into June and Tottenham have to play their 9 remaining games and Tottenham need the stadium, the 20th of June for the Anthony Joshua fight would be cancelled, and it would be held then on the 25th of July. A report out earlier today from Sports Mole, and they are reporting that Real Madrid are interested in Tottenham defender Davin Sanchez, still only 23 years old. He's got 4 years left on his current contract. Now, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. If Real Madrid suddenly come in for Davin Sanchez, do you think he would leave? And do you think Tottenham would sell? Tottenham Hotspur Football Club put out an announcement on Sunday stating that all of the food and drink that was meant to be used at the game, Tottenham v Manchester United, which of course got postponed, it was all donated to the Felix Project UK. Well, Tottenham have done it again. They've put out another announcement today stating a further collection of surplus food and drink from the stadium has been made to Felix Project UK this morning and will be distributed to those within the local community who need it. So absolutely fantastic work by Tottenham again. Earlier today, Tottenham released their financial reports for the year ending 2019. Now, given the awkward timing because of the coronavirus pandemic, Spurs were actually required by law to make their financial figures public by the 31st of March. Spurs chairman Daniel Levy said the following in a club statement: "We are painfully aware that it seems wholly inappropriate to be giving any attention to the prior year's financial results at a time when so many individuals and businesses face worry and difficult times. We are, however, legally required to announce these by the 31st of March 2020. We are all facing uncertain times both at work and in our personal lives. I have spent nearly 20 years growing this club and there have been many hurdles along the way, none of this magnitude. The COVID-19 pandemic is the most serious of them all." Later reads, "Our priority is the health and well-being of our staff, players, partners, supporters and their families. Please look after yourselves and stay safe and healthy. This is more important than football." So Tottenham published the financial highlights earlier today. I'm just going to read through a few of the points here. Now, the revenue for the year ended 30th of June 2019 was £460.7 million. Now, the year before it was £380.7 million. The Premier League gate receipts were £34.3 million. The year before it was £42.6 million. Home matches in the 2018-2019 season were played at Wembley Stadium for 14 of the 19 home Premier League games and at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the remaining 5 games. The club reached the final of the UEFA Champions League. Now, in 2018, we reached the round of 16 of the Champions League, resulting in gate receipts and prize money, and wait for it, £108.4 million, for us getting to the final. Now, the year before us reaching the last 16 was £62.2 million. This represents the 13th time in the last 14 seasons that the club have played in Europe. Now, that is how important it is to a club now like Tottenham Hotspur to be in European competition for the last 13 out of the last 14 seasons. It is hugely, hugely important that Tottenham do get in European competition next year. So the report then goes on to say, revenue from the domestic cup competitions earned the club £3.1 million. Now, the year before, the club earned £4.4 million. Television and media revenues increased to £149.9 million. The year before, it was just a little bit lower, £147.6 million, due to an additional live televised game and overseas media revenues, whilst the club finished fourth in the Premier League, which, of course, the year before, we finished third. Sponsorship and corporate hospitality revenue was £120.3 million. The year before, it was £93.4 million. Merchandising revenue was £20.6 million. The year before, it was £16 million. So, that's up as well. Other revenue contributed £24.1 million. The year before, it was only £14.5 million. So lots of facts and figures through this report. Profit from operations excluding football trading and before depreciation was £172.7 million. The year before it was lower, £162.5 million. Profit for the year after all charges including interest and tax was £68.6 million. Now, the year before in 2018, so that would have been the 2018 return, was £113 million. The opening of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in April 2019 has seen a significant investment in tangible assets totalling £1.4 billion. Now, the year before, it was just £1 billion. Facilities which include the training centre, the new Players' Lodge, Percy House, which is the home of the Tottenham Hotspur Foundation, Lily-White House, which of course is the Tottenham club offices, new retail warehouse, new Paxton House ticket office, and the Tottenham Experience. The total cost of intangible assets was £332 million, which of course the year before it was just a little bit lower, £327 million, and subsequent to the year end, a further £184 million has been spent on player registrations. These investments have been financed by profits made by the club, advanced sponsorship monies and bank finance, principally from Bank of America Merrill Lynch International, Goldman Sachs Bank USA and HSBC Bank PLC. At the 30th of June 2019, the club had net debt of £534 million. The year before, the figure was £360 million. Subsequent to the year end, our total debt of £637 million was converted in September 2019 into a mix of long-term maturities with an average life of 23 years. It then goes on to say, and in closing, running the club within financial fair play regulations while servicing debt and continuing to invest in both tangible and intangible assets continues to be a key focus for the board. Despite all of the delays to the completion of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the club still managed to register a profit of £68.6 million after tax. The figure is down by around £45 million from the year before, but Tottenham are the fourth highest earners in the Premier League. So, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think any of this money will go on players in the summer? As I mentioned earlier on in the video, today is the 18th of March, and on this day in 1995, Spurs beat Leicester City in the Premier League 1-0 at White Hart Lane in front of 30,851 spectators. And can you guess who scored the goal? Let me know your answers in the comments section below. A certain German striker scored in the 82nd minute. That man, just, you know, throughout that season was just absolutely incredible. The 94-95 season, him and Teddy Sheringham banging in the goals, absolutely superb. Also on this day, in 2006, Tottenham beat Birmingham City 2-0 in the Premier League at St Andrews. Aaron Lennon got our first goal in the 65th minute, and Robbie Keane in the 77th minute, and Tottenham were 4th in the Premier League. Thanks for watching today's video. If you don't subscribe to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. Come on, you Spurs. Just before you go, just to let you know that the nominations are now open for the Football Content Awards 2020. The event will be held in May at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What a fantastic venue to hold such an event. I was very, very lucky to win the award last year for the Best Club Content Creator. So thank you very much for everyone who voted. I really, really appreciate it. It was a dream come true to win this at the Etihad Stadium. If you would like to vote, all of the details are below in the comments section and the description section as well. All of the links and all of the details. You can either vote on their website, through Instagram or on Twitter, but all of the details are below. And you just hashtag Best Club Creator or Best Content Creator. So thank you very much for all your support. And all of the nominations close on midnight on the 31st of March. Come on, you Spurs.